So all of us were expecting October, and at the moment this is what's going on. I know this is not necessarily very juicy, but we are going to get through different types of information and data in general to kind of figure out what happened. So everybody was probably under expectation that on the 1st of October we are going to see huge pumps, and this is what we've got. WW3. I'm not going to say it out loud for the algorithm purposes, but basically guys, the situation in the world is currently not very stable, and that could further escalate, which can result in basically black swan event in the market. So of course these things are impacting the market, and especially, you know, risk on assets such as crypto. So, you know, based on this basically, and of course, you know, liquidations, market is looking like this. So don't worry guys, we are going to get into Kaspa's chart and everything, but first I would like to show you, you know, everything basically to put things into perspective so we can actually understand why Kaspa and everything else is pretty much dumping. But on the flip side, historically, when BTC closes a green September, it kicks off October and a green Q4. And guys, I'm not saying that, you know, this is going to happen for 100%, but according to the history could basically rhyme again. And you know what's happening at the moment, in my opinion, this is just a short-term noise, although that could obviously escalate, so we have to monitor. But on the flip side guys, only 13,500 Bitcoin was mined in month of September, and 17,941 was actually purchased by ETFs, not mentioning about whales, not mentioning about retail and all of that FOMO crowd that is going to come. And also we've got this, Charles Schwab apparently is going to, you know, open offering crypto trading if laws are going to change. So things are changing towards favor of crypto holders. And on the top of that, Japanese company Metaplanet bought 1 billion yen worth of BTC. So that is huge. And also Chinese stocks are going parabolic, and this is basically liquidity that is coming guys. So now let's have a look at Kaspa. Okay, now we know that we have some short-term things that basically occurred in the market, and we've got a lot of positivity. Okay, so obviously that positivity might kick in, you know, in the future, longer term, but let's focus on a short term for Kaspa at the moment guys. Okay, so unfortunately this is what we saw. Kaspa doesn't necessarily look very juicy, but you know, it is what it is. So in the previous update I was basically mentioning about a level that is 15 cents, roughly 15 cents 3, and Kaspa lost this level as a support. What is going to happen right now guys? What do we have to anticipate, and where is the next technical level of a support for Kaspa? So this one, right, as you guys can see, Kaspa bounced from this level of a support, and if Kaspa is going to revisit this support, that is going to be another dip of, let's say, well, 4% basically, right? So in case if this black swan event is going to, you know, escalate further, because obviously nobody really knows what's going to happen guys, you know, the only thing we can do is basically to prepare ourselves for, you know, the worst, and of course for the best as well. So the next big level of support is going to be, well, roughly in this area. Okay, so in the coming days guys, let's see if Kaspa is going to hold to this level of support of 14 cents, and then the next one is going to be 13.5. And I know that probably many people are now going to say, yes, I told you that 5 cents for Kaspa is going to happen. Guys, I don't think that this is going to happen, okay, because Kaspa is still in this uptrend. Okay, so Kaspa is still looking bullish despite that, you know, dump on a 4-hourly time frame. Okay, this is just a short-term noise, and in my opinion, not financial advice of course, this is just a beautiful opportunity to scoop up and buy some dip. Okay, and I'm not talking only about Kaspa. Obviously you can purchase BTC, whatever it is that you guys, you know, desire and believe in. So that is short-term guys. We have to anticipate Kaspa basically retesting this level as a support, 14 cents, or basically go into upside and trying to conquer level of 15 cents 3. Let's see what's going to happen in the next 24 hours. Looking at liquidity for BTC first, we can clearly see that many people are basically, you know, shorting the market. The only problem with that is that basically the short already happened, meaning the dump already happened. So now many people are shorting the market, and they are bearish short term or long term, whatever, and they are betting that price of BTC is going to go lower. So now looking at Kaspa's liquidity on 24 hours, we can clearly see that Kaspa basically, you know, dipping to this level, grab the liquidity, and the next level is, as I mentioned on the chart, that is 14 cents. So could we anticipate Kaspa dipping to this level and grabbing this liquidity, and then, you know, basically basically building momentum towards the upside? Heck, let's see. But definitely this is the level to watch, 14 cents. Kaspa could basically see around 7% maximum on a daily, in my opinion, not financial advice of course, of a dip. So guys, to conclude, Kaspa could dip another, let's say 8%. Okay, so the first level of support, that is going to be roughly 4%. And the second level of support, that's going to be 8%, guys. Looking at BTC's liquidity heat map, we can clearly see that liquidity, well, huge chunk of liquidity is above the current trading price, and that's above 63k. So I wouldn't be surprised if BTC would jump back to 63,000 to flush all of these shorts. So now looking at ETFs, as of 1st of October, BTC experienced 242.6 million of outflows. And now guys, let's have a look at Kaspa. So the volume on Kaspa increased again. We've got 79 million in the last 24 hours, and the market cap is sitting at $3.7 billion. So this is not necessarily very juicy, guys. Many people obviously probably got scared and sold Kaspa, as I was mentioning before, but that obviously is printing a beautiful opportunity. Now guys, some macro charts according to Mr. Max. So he's basically pointing out that you are not bullish enough. Let's see, what is he talking about, right? We've got, trend line that is basically rising on a macro outlook, and every single time basically from 2018 BTC hits these prices, it's getting rejected from this line, right? So basically following this, minimum technically could be around 200,000 USD. And also from the standpoint of RSI, guys, we can clearly see these waves, right? One, the first little one that we have just experienced, and then the second big wave, the proper parabolic run. And also Mr. Prof is letting us know that 59 to 60k is still possible but not guaranteed, and the key to success is to DCA. So you cannot perfectly catch a move on a market, but basically when these little dips are happening and you can clearly identify them on the chart, let me know if you actually can, guys, in the comments down below. You can basically DCA and buy the dip basically. And also BTC is one step away from breaking out of the downtrend channel and starting the parabolic run of this cycle. 2020 pre-parabola vibes right now. Guys, exactly, we are experiencing shaky and basically very scary times in the market at the moment, because when we are going to look at the previous run, we can see that BTC experienced the pump and then it was going basically in the downwards channel with local shaky. So if you guys are going to look in here, then it's basically the same thing, right? The first pump out of the boredom zone / accumulation, then the channel going downwards, and at the moment this is what's going on, right? We are experiencing that shaky. So looking at this, BTC basically got rejected from this resistance, right? But sooner or later it is going to break, because more times it's going to touch and challenge this resistance, more probable it is that it's going to finally smash through it, and then everybody is going to FOMO into BTC, Kaspa, and crypto in general like crazy. Anyways, we've got altcoins. So ascending broadening wedges rarely end well. In most cases, they are bearish. USDT dominance has been in this pattern for over 6 months. This is only a bearish backtest. After that, we'll see the long-awaited altcoin season. Guys, and probably when USDT dominance is going to completely, go downward, as you can see presented on the pattern, this is probably the time when Kaspa is going to shine. And of course, other alts. Anyways, Mr. Quantin is pointing out of where we are in this cycle. And as you guys see, we are still in that blue zone, okay? So BTC still haven't experienced this parabolic run, which means that you are still not late. In my opinion, not financial advice, of course. So we've got fire sale / buy. This is what basically this is telling us. And also, guys, the average Bitcoin cycle starts 170 days after halving and peaks 480 days after halving. So this is where we are at the moment, guys. I think we still have some time. And on the top of that, Bitcoin is the fastest growing ETF in the history. And why am I showing you all of these BTC related charts? Guys, more money is going to flow into BTC. People are going to make more profits. People are going to become greedy, and people are going to be reinvesting portions of their profits, I believe, into projects like Kaspa. Of course, not only into Kaspa, but basically, guys, this tells me that we can still experience some shakiness. However, long term, Kaspa and many other altcoins are going to shine, because we still haven't experienced an alt season. That's it, what I've got for you today. And as always, peace and love, crypto.